Hello, everyone. My name is Megan, and I did this presentation with my classmates Nong, Zoe, and Marine. We chose depressed teen girls or anyone with mental health in the high school years. What is depression? Depression is a common but serious mood disorder. It can cause serious symptoms, and it also affects how a person feels, thinks, goes about their daily life. It also affects their sleeping and eating habits, and it also affects them at work. They may not be able to go to work. They may have to call out. They may not be able to focus, and the same goes for school as well. Prevalence of depression. An estimated 3.8% of the population experience depression. Out of this, 32.8% of US adults experience elevated depressive symptoms, and 57% of US teen girls felt persistently sad or hopeless in 2021. Mind you, these numbers have come out since COVID, and when people are finally feeling more open to talking about mental health. Types of depression. We have major depression. This is commonly known as a clinical depression and is most common in teenagers. We have bipolar disorder, commonly known as manic depression. It is known to have extremes between moods, and it is a lifelong illness. And then we also have persistent depression disorder. This is known as dysthymia, milder but long-lasting form of depression, usually accompanied by major depressive moods. Coexisting conditions. Oftentimes, other conditions are present with teenagers who experience depression. This can include anxiety, ADHD, learning disabilities, and learning delays, eating disorders, bipolar, OCD, PTSD, and can even include substance abuse. For me, I can relate. I was diagnosed with depression in high school, but I was also diagnosed with anxiety, and I already had ADHD diagnosed in me when I was 7. Causes. There is usually not a single cause for depression. It's usually a combination of biological, psychological, and environmental. Common causes for depression in teen girls are family history of depression, physical and emotional trauma, that can be bullying, difficulties in school, body image, peer problems, and gender identity, abuse, neglect, loss of a parent or guardian, or even loss of a relationship such as a boyfriend or girlfriend. Some signs and symptoms to look out for would be isolation, reduced interest in the activities they like to do, whether it can be sports, movies, video games. You notice they feel sad, hopeless, they're irritated a lot easier. Changes in their eating patterns. They may eat more, they may eat less, or they may just stop eating altogether. Changes in sleep patterns, that could mean they're sleeping a lot more. So instead of waking up early in the morning, they're struggling to get out of bed. And then difficulty concentrating and self-injury or self-destructive behaviors. Ways to prevent depression include talking to someone you trust. So this could be talking about your feelings, what's going on in your mind, how you're handling everything. It is also important to stay connected with friends and family so that you do have that person to talk to. Try to exercise regularly, even if it's just walking each day, 10, 30 minutes. Stick to regular and healthy sleeping and eating habits, or even just do the best you can with depression. It's not always easy to get out of bed and do things, but just remind yourself, even if you can't have a meal, try to have a snack. Refrain from consuming alcohol and using other illicit drugs. This can actually make your depression worse. Try to keep doing things you've always enjoyed. Be kind to yourself and focus on the positive. Some treatments for depression is if you're diagnosed by a mental health professional, it's usually through a mental health evaluation. This can include psychotherapy, medication, or a combination of both. Some common therapy treatments are cognitive behavioral therapy, interpersonal therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy. There's also quite a few medications that are used to treat teenagers. There are SSRIs, atypical antidepressants, and tricyclic antidepressants. So the main source is Spokane County Mental Health Department. This is where we are focused on bringing our research, helping get information out, give resources. The mission is to help individuals who are seeking to recover from mental illness to live healthier, safer, and more independent lives. This is done by ensuring a long range of care, resources, and services. These are all peer-driven and built upon strengths and opportunities, and they are readily available and accessible to individuals as well as their families. Some of the services are children's long-term inpatient programs. This is for ages 5 to 17. There's a 24-hour crisis hotline. This is via call and text. So if you don't feel you can pick up the phone, you can shoot a text message over. Age-specified peer support groups for children and teens, as well as separate support groups for parents and guardians, educational seminars, and referral to licensed psychologists and psychiatrists. And this is the way you can contact us. We have our PO box, our email, our phone number, website, Facebook, Instagram. We have TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. So if you know someone or if you need help, call or text us at 988. And this is the reference page.